There's a moment every woman over 60 has lived through. She walks into that chair knowing exactly what she wants. She walks out looking 10 years older, not because of the length, because of the cut salons have been quietly handing women her age for decades, the one that signals surrender before she has even said a word. Here's what nobody tells you in that chair. The wrong haircut does not simply miss the mark. It pulls your features downward, flattens your crown, and drains the life straight out of your face. The right one lifts your cheekbones, opens your eyes, and makes people look twice without knowing exactly why. Today, 5 cuts that do exactly that, and the specific mistakes your stylist might be making on your head right now, plus precisely what to ask for instead. If this is the kind of conversation you have been waiting for, subscribe to Style After 60 and tell me in the comments which of these 5 you are taking into your next appointment. Let's begin. The first cut, the textured pixie. There's a woman at every gathering wearing her hair short who somehow looks bolder, sharper, more alive than anyone else in the room. She is not trying harder, she is simply wearing the right cut. That cut is the textured pixie, not the flat, pressed-down version that quietly adds years, the modern one, built on lift, dimension, and deliberate movement at the crown. Here's the science behind why this matters so much after 60, and why most pixie cuts being handed out in salons right now are doing the opposite of what they promise. As estrogen drops after menopause, hair follicles miniaturize. Each strand grows back finer than the one before it. That cumulative loss of density means longer styles eventually reach a tipping point where the hair simply has enough weight to drag itself flat against the scalp. The textured pixie eliminates that tipping point entirely. When a skilled stylist cuts the crown at a full 90-degree elevation, holding the hair straight up before cutting, the layers spring upward instead of lying down. That spring is not a styling trick. It's built into the architecture of the cut itself. Your eyes appear more open because the vertical line at the crown pulls the gaze upward. Your cheekbones emerge because the clean graduation at the temples removes the weight that was softening and rounding your face shape. The difference between a flattering textured pixie and the version that ages a woman lives almost entirely in how the crown is cut. A stylist who cuts at a low elevation, holding the hair closer to horizontal, produces a cap shape that sits flat and wide. Flat and wide is the exact combination that adds years. Lift and dimension at the crown with a clean, tapered nape is the combination that turns heads. Ask specifically for piecey texture at the crown, clean graduation at the nape, and soft movement, not a helmet. Tell your stylist you want light to pass through the layers at the top, not a solid mass of hair sitting there. A lightweight pomade or a root lifting spray applied to damp hair and diffused for 60 seconds is all the daily maintenance this cut asks of you. Trims every 4 to 6 weeks keep the shape precise. Let it stretch to 8 weeks and the nape widens, the crown flattens, and the whole cut starts reading as a bowl, a horizontal line across the widest part of the head, and that line adds years instantly. The women who wear this cut beautifully are not doing anything dramatic. They made one intentional decision, and the room felt it. If you are finding value in this conversation, this is exactly the moment to subscribe to Style After 60. Every week, we talk about precisely what helps a woman over 60 look sharper, more current, and unmistakably like herself. The second cut, the modern layered bob. If you've ever looked in the mirror after a haircut and thought, "It's fine, but it's not me," it was probably a bob, just not the right one. The modern layered bob shares almost nothing with the rigid, helmet-shaped cut handed to women over 60 for years without question. That version, the one most stylists default to without thinking twice, is cut with a uniform perimeter and almost no internal structure, essentially a blunt line with a slight bend at the ends. That blunt perimeter creates visual heaviness along the jaw and lower face, exactly the area most women over 60 want less attention drawn to, not more. The version worth asking for is built entirely differently. It starts from the inside. Internal layering is the technique most women never hear explained, but understand immediately once someone walks them through it. Instead of cutting only the visible outline, a skilled stylist removes weight from within the body of the hair itself. Sections are lifted and cut at an angle, leaving shorter pieces underneath that push the outer layer upward. The result on your scalp is genuine fullness. The result in the mirror is hair that reads as twice as dense as it actually is. For fine or thinning hair, one of the most common realities after menopause, this technique is the single most effective tool a stylist has access to, and most women sitting in that chair have never once been offered it. Length matters too, in ways more specific than most stylists bother explaining. A bob ending at the jaw highlights the cheekbones and gives the jawline strong definition, an excellent choice for oval or heart-shaped faces. A lob ending at the collarbone creates a longer vertical line, particularly flattering for rounder or squarer face shapes, elongating the face and framing the neck gracefully. An angled cut, slightly longer at the front than the back, creates a leading diagonal line that draws the eye forward toward your features, away from the neck and jaw. For thicker hair, ask specifically for point cutting at the ends. Cutting into the perimeter at a slight angle rather than straight across removes bulk and softens the outline without sacrificing density. It keeps the shape from going boxy or stiff, two things that age a haircut faster than nearly anything else. Walk into that salon and ask for internal layers, perimeter density, and face framing movement. Those three phrases tell a skilled stylist exactly what you want and separate your result from every dated cut sitting in that waiting room. Tell me honestly in the comments, are you a short hair woman or a long hair woman? I read every single one. The third cut proves you do not have to go short to look younger. The third cut. Soft layers on long hair. Someone told you that after 60, long hair is a mistake, that it drags your face down, that it looks like you are holding on to something you should have let go of already. That advice has aged more women than the hair itself ever did. Long hair can be one of the most flattering choices at this stage of life, but only when it is worn with intention, never by default. Here is the distinction nobody in that salon chair is taking the time to explain. Hair length itself is neutral, neither aging nor rejuvenating on its own. What actually creates the aging effect, the one people mistakenly blame on length, is the absence of movement and internal structure. When long hair is cut with a single blunt line at the bottom and nothing else, gravity has an uninterrupted path from root to tip. The weight pools at the ends, the crown deflates, and the whole face sits framed by a heavy curtain pulling steadily downward. That is not the hair being too long, that is the cut being too lazy. Soft layering changes the physics entirely. When layers begin at cheekbone level and cascade through the mid-lengths and ends, weight redistributes across the whole head instead of pooling at the bottom. The crown regains its volume, the midsection gains movement, the ends stay full because internal density is preserved exactly where it matters. Light catches the layers as they move. The hair looks alive. Face framing pieces, the two sections cut slightly shorter and softer on either side of your face, act as structural contour. They create shadow and definition along the cheekbones and draw the eye directly toward your eyes and upper face. This is the same principle makeup artists rely on when they contour. The difference is that a great haircut does it permanently, all day, without a single product. For women maintaining longer hair after 60, product choice matters more than it did at 40. Gray and silver hair is structurally different from pigmented hair. The cuticle lies less flat, making each strand more porous and more prone to dryness. A leave-in conditioner with hyaluronic acid restores moisture throughout the day. A texturizing spray on damp hair gives fine, slippery strands the grip they need to hold the shape of soft layers instead of sliding back into a flat sheet. Biotin-enriched products used consistently support strand strength over time, which matters enormously for maintaining density at the lengths. Long hair worn with intention does not look like you are holding on, it looks like you never needed to let go. 2 cuts remain, and the next one might genuinely surprise you. The fourth cut, the soft shag. There's a cut most women associate with a younger generation. They scroll past it on social media and think, that's not for me. That cut is the soft shag, and they're wrong. The soft shag is not a generational cut. It's a bone structure cut, and bone structure only becomes more interesting, more worth framing with every passing year. The shag operates on a principle that is the opposite of every safe, conservative cut women over 60 are typically steered toward. Instead of removing layers to create a clean, controlled shape, the shag multiplies layers throughout the entire head to create deliberate, cascading movement from root to end. Layers begin at the crown, where the shortest pieces create immediate root lift and volume. They continue through the midsection in staggered lengths that keep the hair buoyant and mobile. At the ends, the perimeter is feathered rather than blunt. The hair does not stop, it dissolves into movement. That movement is doing all the work. When hair moves, light reflects off it at different angles at every angle. That constant variation mimics the behavior of dense, youthful hair, regardless of the actual density underneath. For women whose hair has thinned significantly, the soft shag creates a visual fullness that no volumizing product applied to a heavy, static cut could ever replicate. For naturally wavy or textured hair, this cut performs almost unfairly well. The layers separate along the wave pattern on their own. You air dry and walk out the door looking like you spent 30 minutes on your hair when you spent 5. The cut and the texture reinforce each other. For straight hair, a small amount of curl-defining cream or mousse scrunched into damp hair activates natural movement and keeps the layers from falling flat. A diffuser on low heat sets the result without frizz. The instruction for your stylist is specific, and the specific words matter. Soft shag, curtain-style face framing, feathered ends, no blunt perimeter. Curtain framing means the face framing pieces part in the center and sweep softly away from the face on both sides, opening the forehead, lifting the eye area, and framing the cheekbones simultaneously. No blunt perimeter means the ends are point cut or razor feathered, so the movement continues all the way to the tip of every strand. A blunt line at the bottom cuts off the very thing this entire cut was built to create. This cut also ages beautifully between appointments. At week 1, polished and deliberate. By week 4, settled into something effortlessly natural. And that particular quality, looking like you simply woke up this way, is one of the rarest and most valuable things a haircut can give a woman. One cut remains, and this one is for the woman who wants structure, sharpness, and a shape that reads editorial without trying. The 5th cut, the soft stacked bob. The stacked bob has existed for decades, but the version that aged women, stacked so aggressively at the back that it built a triangular silhouette, wider at the nape than at the crown, is not what we are talking about here. The modern soft stacked bob is one of the most architectural, most underused cuts available to a woman over 60. And the reason it works comes down to something most people never think to consider: what your hair looks like from behind. A flat back is one of the most aging features any haircut can have. When hair lies flat against the back of the head, the silhouette looks deflated from every angle. The front might look acceptable in a mirror, but the overall impression others receive when you walk into a room is of hair carrying no energy and no presence. Graduation at the back changes that completely. In a soft, stacked bob, the hair at the back is cut in layers that progressively lengthen from the nape toward the crown, building a rounded, lifted silhouette exactly where the head naturally flattens. That roundness creates visual counterweight. It balances the face and makes the whole head read as fuller and more energized from every angle. And because the lift at the back directly affects how the front reads, when the back of the head appears lifted, the front lifts with it. The eyes look more open, the face looks lighter. The front sections stay longer, typically jaw length or just below, with soft face-framing layers that pull attention forward. The contrast between the graduated back and the longer, fluid front creates a diagonal silhouette that feels intentional and current rather than dated. For women with fine, straight hair who have spent years hearing that their hair is too flat for anything with shape, this cut is the answer they were never offered. The graduation builds structure into the cut itself, something volumizing products alone cannot do. A round brush blowout every morning sets the shape and holds it through the day because the layers at the back work with the natural direction of the hair instead of against it. Ask for a soft stack with graduated layers at the back, longer face-framing sections at the front, and a rounded overall silhouette. The word soft is doing real work in that sentence. An aggressive stack, built too quickly or too steeply, creates that triangular shape that widens the lower head and closes off the face. A gentle, progressive graduation creates roundness without bulk. Know the difference before you sit down in that chair. Now, which of these 5 is actually right for you? Because the answer is more specific than most people assume, and getting it right is the entire difference between a cut that transforms you and one that simply changes you. Start with density. This is the variable most women underestimate. If your hair has thinned noticeably, if you can see scalp under overhead lighting, if your ponytail has visibly shrunk in diameter, the textured pixie and the soft stacked bob are your 2 strongest options. Both build volume directly into the structure of the cut, independent of how much hair you actually have. The layered bob with internal layering is a strong third for moderate thinning. The soft shag works beautifully for fine, wavy hair, but can fall limp on very fine, straight hair without consistent product use. For thick or coarse hair, length becomes an asset rather than a liability. Soft layers on long hair and the soft shag are both highly flattering for thick or coarse texture. Internal point cutting in the layered bob keeps thickness from going boxy. Avoid the stacked bob if your hair is very thick. The graduation amplifies volume at the back in a way that can become genuinely unmanageable. Face shape matters too. Oval faces are flexible. All 5 cuts work, though the textured pixie and soft shag are particularly striking. Round faces benefit most from cuts adding vertical height while avoiding width. The textured pixie with crown lift, the angled lob, and the soft stacked bob with crown emphasis. Square faces are beautifully served by soft layers and face-framing pieces that introduce curve and diagonal movement. The soft shag and layered lob both excel here. Heart-shaped faces, wider at the forehead and narrowing at the chin, do best with cuts that add volume below the cheekbone. A lob or soft layers at collarbone length work perfectly. Lifestyle is the variable that determines whether you maintain a cut or watch it grow out in frustration. Be honest about how much time you actually spend on your hair on an average Tuesday morning, not your best Saturday. Under 5 minutes, the textured pixie or an easy-length soft shag are your most realistic choices. If you genuinely enjoy a weekly blowout or a daily round brush, the soft stacked bob rewards that attention with a shape that looks sharp and deliberate every day. If you want versatility, hair you can wear down, tuck back, or pin up depending on the day, the layered bob or lob gives you that range without ever looking shapeless. You do not need to overhaul everything at once. Even adding face-framing layers to what you already have will shift the way light hits your features and the way people see you the moment you walk into a room. One appointment, one honest conversation with your stylist. That's the entire distance between the default and the deliberate. Your hair is not simply something that grows. It's the frame around everything you've built, everything you've earned, and everything you still are. The granny cut is not just a style. It's a story someone else wrote for you. A story claiming your best days of looking vital, intentional, and fully alive are somehow behind you. They are not. These 5 cuts are not about chasing youth. They're about making sure what the world sees on the outside finally matches the woman who has always been there on the inside. Sharp, deliberate, nowhere close to done. If this gave you something real, share it with a woman who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to Style After 60 and tell me in the comments which of these 5 you're walking into your next appointment with. I want to know. Until next time, stay intentional, stay radiant, stay exactly, unmistakably you.